Hi everyone, Jamie here again. So this is the third portion of this lace bracelet that I am giving you instructions on when you're doing the edging. I've already completed this side, so once we're done, all of this will look very uniformed and put together like on this side. You want to take 4 feet of your thread, and you kind of want to thread it in through some of your beadwork and then tie it off, so you're going to have your tail. Your thread should actually last through both sides, so which is the reason why they're calling for 4 feet of thread. So you're going to, when you are done snaking through your thread through your design, you want to have it ending on this so it's the second purl loop at the end. It would be, if you haven't completed the side like this, it would be this second purl loop, and you would be going through this side like it's shown here, and it's coming up and we're going out this way. Okay, so let's start this process. To combine these two, you're going to take a seed bead, a pearl bead, and a seed bead. Since you've come up this side, so I try not to knot anything because that would not be cool. No pun intended. Since you've come up this way, you're going to go down. You're going to thread your needle through these 7 beads, okay, of your pearl loop. It may be a little bit tight, and that's totally fine because, you know, we've reinforced and that's good. Go through that middle one and then up the side. Careful not to snag on your thread. That's already holding your design together. Okay, once you've come up this side of what is considered the third purl loop on this design, you're going to grab another seed bead, and now we're going to connect this purl loop to this purl loop by going, so it's coming up in this way. Now you're going to go down and then go back through these next 7 seed beads. So you're going to down these 3, through this working 7 seed bead, and then up these 3. You're going to continue this process until the end, and it's going to give you a really nice lacy finish. And if you're looking at these videos, I highly encourage you to post pictures in the comments of your finished work so that I can see how well the instructions worked for you. It'd be fun to see what color schemes and what your motives look like. Okay, so now we're coming up through this purl loop, and we're going to repeat the same process here. So we're going to take a seed bead, a pearl bead, and then go down through the next 7 beads in this purl loop. So you're going to go down, over, and then up. So your thread's going to be coming up and going this way. So down these 3 beads, through this working 7 bead, and then up the next 3 seed beads of this loop, of this pearl loop. Okay. Make sure you're tightening up as you go along. We're going to connect this pearl loop to this pearl loop by taking 1 seed bead and then going down the first 3 of this pearl loop and repeating that process. So I'm measuring out everything. I have 7 motifs for my desired length. Once I get my tube clasp, I'll be able to finish off the video. But it's actually very simple looking at it through, and we're going to go up these 3 beads so that we're exiting out so that we can connect these 2 pearl loops. It's pretty simple actually looking at how the clasp goes on. So that will probably be a very, very short video. Okay, so now we are connecting these 2, and it's 1 seed bead plus 1 pearl bead. And then down these 3. And then through that working 7. I have to say that once I got into the hang of the pattern, it went by so fast. I was able to finish my motifs after I did the video last night, and then this morning I finished the last 2, ending with the pearl loops at the end instead of the full loops. Okay, so we're going to connect these with 1 seed bead going down 3 through that working 7. It likes me, it does, yay. And then up the next 3. Connect these with 1 seed bead, 1 pearl bead, 1 seed bead. I like how this edging just really nicely finishes off this bracelet. It's just so lovely and so delicate, very Victorian, which is one of my favorite era of jewelry. The Edwardian, Victorian era of jewelry is probably some of my favorite. There's so much ornate design with their jewels, and they just really elaborated on the beauty of the jewelry. So we're going to connect these next 2 with 1 seed bead. This also reminds me of a lace necklace that my Ukrainian grandmother made, and it's almost Ukrainian design. These circles in the middle are just absolutely gorgeous. So maybe the next design that I make a video for, I'll do a Ukrainian design, which is, some of that jewelry is absolutely beautiful too. We're going to connect these 2 with a seed bead, a pearl bead, and a seed bead. Go down the next 3 through that working 7. next 3. Now we're going to connect these 2 with 1 seed bead. And go down the first 3 through that working 7 bead. And up the next 3. And now we're going to connect these 2 with 1 seed bead, 1 pearl bead, and another seed bead. Go down the first 3 and through that working 7. And then up the next 3. And now we're going to connect these 2 with 1 seed bead. As you can see, we're coming up, and then we're just going to go back down these 3 seed beads. Oops. Through that working 7 bead. And then up the next 3 seed beads. Now, if you're faster at doing this, by all means, go ahead and fast forward through to the end, because I'm going to show you what to do to finish off the end piece, like I did over here. So we're going to connect these 2, and it's going to be a seed bead, a pearl bead, and another seed bead. Go through these 3 seed beads on this side to connect, go through that working 7 bead. As you can see our nice little edging, just kind of finishing everything up, and it just looks absolutely beautiful. I'm also very keen on the bigger pearls in the middle to give it more of a focal point. So just know that you can do a variation like this, or you could even go smaller if you wanted to make a little bit of a more delicate emphasis. Okay, so we're going to connect these 2. We're going to go up these 3. We're going to grab a seed bead. We're going to go down the first 3. Through the working 7. And then up the next 3 seed beads. And then we're going to finish off this with 1 more of these, connecting these 2 loops with a seed bead, a pearl bead, and then another seed bead. And then we're going to end the bracelet. So go down this side of the 3, go through your working 7 bead, but do not go up the next side of the 3. You're just going to pause there because we're going to do something different. So now you've got your full lace, your full edging done. And if you want to tighten it up, you're more than welcome to go through and tighten up where you see, and then just go through the whole entire thing and just tighten it up. That is not an issue. I did that with the other side and it's come out very nicely. Okay, so we've got our full side done, and now we've ended. I'm going to move this down so you can see it in the center. We've ended on this loop here. So there's this is actually the first loop, and this is the second loop before the end to get to this third loop. So we've ended through that working 7 bead here. So now we're going to go through the spacer bead, through that working 7 bead, okay, of this loop. Okay, and we're going to go up these 3 beads. Now you're going to grab 3 seed beads. Make sure your tail is out of the way. Grab your 3 seed beads. Then you're going to go down through this loop. And go down through this side. My apologies, it's not being a happy camper. Okay. And that completes your side. That completes your whole side. So when you're done, you should have your nicely put together lace. And since this is my last, this is the end of my actual bracelet before I put the clasp on, I'm going to work my thread through so that I reinforce more of this. Probably just go around again. Just so that I feel more comfortable if someone's wearing this. It's not going to fall apart if it snags a little bit. But this is where, if you're at this point and you haven't done this side, you would follow through the instructions that I just gave you. So you would go through this second loop here, and then just add the seed bead, the pearl bead, the seed bead, and then come back down. And you're going to follow that same pattern that we did over here, all the way around with the 3 beads to end. And then loop, wind your thread through so that it reinforces it. And then my next video, this is actually a really short video, my next video will actually show you how to add the clasp, which is extremely easy. And I can talk you through it, but my next video will actually show you how to do it. You just take your thread after you're done and you wind it through, and you're going to add a seed bead to this end and loop it through one of the 4 holes and then back down. So you can follow the instructions. The instructions are actually pretty easy to follow, and like I said, I will do just a video for adding the clasp. But this is your edging. This is finishing your actual bracelet. So pretty much you're done at this point. You should have the appropriate length to fit onto your arm, and all you're doing is adding a clasp. So like I've always said at the end of my videos, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you through any of the design if you are stuck in a place. But I'm really hoping that these videos helped you with this design because it is absolutely beautiful. And I look forward to making my next video to show you how to fully complete your the clasp on this bracelet, and then you can start wearing it. But again, I encourage you to please post pictures of where you're at and your color schemes and how you've done your design. I really would love to see what you guys have done, and you'll be seeing me next time for the last video. So thank you so much for following along, and have a very safe Memorial Day weekend. Thanks. Bye.